Ah. So I see Scooby Snacks was in the chat, and William was as well. But I see that William mentioned he kind of huffing and puffing right in my ear and right in the camera. I'm not sure they enjoy that. I saw William stop in, but he is bowling, so he just said hi and that he is going to rewatch later. So thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you, William, for saying you'll rewatch later. Appreciate it. So I am actually connected to some Starlink internet right now, so that's why I started about a minute or so later. We had what I call a nomad day today. So Rocky and I just packed up and we headed out, and basically had no set destinations, no set plans, but wanted to make sure I had service for the live stream tonight. Yes, so Nancy stopping in. Hey Nancy, took a road trip. Technically we're still in the middle of a road trip. And I apologize for the camera being a little shaky. As you guys know, I've been having some computer problems. And especially today, since we're doing a road trip, I am live streaming right now off of my phone. But I have some news about a computer. Which, okay guys, I'm just going to ask you. There is so much I have to talk about. So we have my graduation. We have Rocky after his heat stroke recovering. My health problems, recovering from those. We have the upcoming Kenya trip. For those who may have saw the community post a couple hours ago, I had a problem with my vehicle that's a little bit. Hey, I see a IMG coming in. Thank you for stopping in. I had some problems with the vehicle. That is kind of severe here. Obviously I got it fixed. And it should last a little bit. Hey Diane, thanks for stopping in. I see Scooby Snacks back in here. Welcome back. So I'm gonna let you guys pick here. There is, like I said, so much that I have to talk about, and I don't know where to start. So where would you guys like me to start? My health, Rocky's health, the Kenya trip, my computer problems, graduation, vehicle problems? Just somebody put into chat, where would you like me to start the live stream tonight, and I will run with it. As my puppy dog huffs and puffs very, very loudly in my ear. Hopefully it's not driving you guys crazy. Okay, so I see graduation coming in, followed by the puppy. So let's start there. So graduation followed by the puppy. My little puppy that is being very, very loud. So graduation. I have successfully graduated with a degree in applied science. I'm actually going to roll the windows down here a little bit. We're in the shade, so it's not too hot, but maybe he'll stick his head out the window and it keeps him preoccupied here. And that way we could get a nice breeze coming in here. Okay, bear with me. Okay, thank you guys. So, graduation. I have successfully graduated with a degree in applied science, specifically computer programming. And during this last semester, I got all A's. So, pretty much, I think I took a total of 8 classes throughout the year. I ended up getting A's in 7 of the classes. The one class that I did not get an A, I ended up getting a very high B. I was like 0.5% off or something, like very, very small percentage off from getting an A. So, while I didn't officially get all A's, pretty much kind of got all A's more or less. Just except for that one class in the fall, which again, 0.5%. Oh, William is in here. He's bowling and listening. Thank you, William, and good luck with your bowling. I hope you bowl a perfect game. If we ever meet up, William, I have to go bowling with you. I absolutely love it and never get the chance to go. Yes, so that's where I am at. I have successfully graduated. Classes are done. And let me tell you guys, I am never taking another college class in my life. Like, no exaggeration. I am done. I am so tired. It was very, very hard for me to get this degree, and I bit off way more than I could chew. So when an instructor came up to me and said, "Hey, I know you were interested in building trades. Would you like to do it next year? We can make it work with your job and everything." I went, no. Would I love to learn building trades and learn how to build a house? And Bird, you better fly away from my vehicle, because I swear to God, if you fly in through this partially opened window, I am going to lose my mind. The phone is going to get thrown. Everyone's going to be laughing. Just stay over there in that tree. That bird got way too close for comfort here. I see Diane saying rolling on the floor. I remember that feeling. Yes, yep. I cannot do it. I cannot do it, Diane. I would love to learn how to build a house, and I think it's something that could be very beneficial for me in the long run, because it would be nice to like buy a piece of property out by the Grand Canyon and build my own little house. But I just don't have it in me. I know it. I can't go through it again. And with that, while we're still on this topic, part of what really got to me physically, mentally, the exhaustion over these last couple months, I don't know if I ever fully explained this to you guys. I was working from like 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then I'd get like an hour or two gap, and then at 6 p.m. to 7 or 8 p.m. I would be doing a dorm activity, and then I'd get a gap until 9 o'clock, and then from 9 p.m. to midnight I was working extended hours in our gym and the weight room and stuff like that. And that was my schedule for Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I worked up until 7, not until midnight, but up until 7. So that was my like schedule every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the last couple months. And it got really tiring. At one point, you had Walmart deliveries thrown in the mix, but those had to take a back seat as well. Give me a second here. I see Diane saying, when I was taking my final in microbiology, my professor whispered in my ear, if you score a 91%, you keep all A's for the semester. That is pretty much exactly why I was so mad last semester in the fall, when the teacher did give me a B, because oh my god, it was one of those situations where it should have been rounded up. And really, on my report card, I guess it shows me a B, but on the like records, if you probably look, according to the college, typically the system will automatically like, what's the word? I just said it 5 seconds ago. Round up. That's what I'm trying to say. The system will typically round up. So probably did have all A's here. Hey, Vernay, thank you for stopping in. I want to drive. Yeah, it was amazing to get to go for a drive today. Rocky very much appreciated it. He is so happy, you guys. I got some amazing videos of him just being so happy, rolling around in the grass, playing with a stick. So I'm going to be posting a couple shorts in the near future of Rocky just having a blast and enjoying the sunshine and the traveling. But yes, so that is where I'm at with classes and graduation. I have officially graduated. I am done. I am retiring as a college student. Never again. 2 degrees is plenty enough. My original degree is in applied business, specifically entrepreneurship, and then now this new degree, applied science, specifically computer programming. So then I noticed, I think it was IMG, God, these mosquitoes. I saw the next comment was talking about the puppy. How's the puppy? Hey, thank you, Bernae, for the congratulations. So how is the puppy doing? As you guys can probably tell, the puppy is doing really, really good. He is officially off his medication now, and he seems to be back to his old self. He got to go today, and we went to a baseball field that was empty, and he ran and had so much fun. And I made sure that we didn't overdo it, but we were probably there, and there was some shade. We were probably there for 20-30 minutes. So I think a very, very big change here for the positive. He seems to be doing a lot better. I see William saying, while in the service, got my BS. It's, I know what it is. It's a bachelor's, right? In criminal law. When it was done, I vowed no more school. I know, Kobe. Yeah, I can't. 2 degrees was plenty enough. And the thing for me, too, guys, is, like, at one point, I don't think he's in here right now, but Nate, we were texting, and, oh, a couple bunnies running. That's, I don't know. Can I flip the camera here? They're gonna run. You're not gonna be able to see them. Oh, you guys won't be able to see them. There's one. You could kind of see it sticking out. There's just 2 bunnies, and they were playing, running around this ATV trail. It was so cute. I wish I caught that on camera for you guys. That was adorable. Oh, I lost my train of thought. It was just so adorable. There was 2 of them, and they were like jumping over each other, playing. Oh my God! Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's just the other one came out of the bushes, and it like stood there and jumped up and down, and then the other one jumped up and down, and then the both of them ran into the bushes together. That was so cute. Anyway, speaking of cute, yes, he seems to be doing so great. You could tell he's very tired right now. He's had a very eventful day. He did not take his nap either. And typically in an hour, we do get ready and we go to bed. So he's getting ready for bed. But yes, his medication is done. He's back to his old self. And he seems to be doing absolutely amazing. The sun's on him right now. Hi, bud. Are you doing good, buddy? Yeah. Everybody was worried about you. Yeah, look at that smile. Yeah, did you have fun today? Chasing your ball? He even got to go on a hike, and he didn't have to be on his leash. And he was so well behaved, you guys. He stayed somewhat close to me, like he wasn't running off. He always, like, he would walk a little bit, he'd stop, turn around and look to make sure that I was still there and he wasn't going too far away. He was literally the perfect example of what I could expect for a situation like that. So, graduation, that's the puppy, doing very, very well. He does have an appointment on Tuesday. It's basically just a follow-up. They're going to do a basic wellness check. Make sure that his organs and stuff aren't having any lasting effects from the heat stroke and the potential poisoning. we never were able to confirm the poisoning, but the thing I was concerned about with that is taken care of, so I could breathe a little easier with that, and that's all I'm gonna say in that regard. I don't have to worry about him being poisoned deliberately or anything like that. So yes, very much looking up on his side of things. And then kind of sticking with the health subject, my health, I tried a new procedure 8 weeks ago now, and when I was told, oh, don't run away. Where'd they go? Oh, they ran into the bushes again. Oh wait, there's one. Can you guys see him? There's the buddy. There's one of them. The second one already ran into the bush. I'm a sucker for bunnies, you guys. They're so adorable. I used to have 2 pet bunnies, actually. I wish they would come this way so you guys could see them better. So cute. Okay. I'm sorry for being distracted, but I love my bunnies. And it's just funny. They always keep popping out of the bushes, and they'll play and jump with each other, and then all of a sudden they run back into the bushes, and then they come back out, and it's just a cycle. But my health, okay, so 8 weeks ago, went to the doctor, was told these are the steps you need to do. In 4 to 6 weeks, you will be 110% healed. You are a very healthy individual, so like 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to be good. Well, again, we're on 8 weeks now. 2 weeks ago, I ran out of my prescription again. I did have some store-bought stuff, but I ran out of my prescription, and I thought, okay, you know what? I'm feeling good. I think I'm good. I think I'm healed. So over the last 2 weeks, I've been doing really, really well. I haven't been in pain. I've been doing some hikes. I've been doing a lot more physical, not like super extreme, like running miles like I used to. But I've been doing more physical activity, walking around, stuff like that. And I've been able to do it. I've like no problems. I see Diane saying, I have a family of rabbits that live under my shed. I planted a mini garden of strawberries and lettuce for them. Oh, that is awesome, Diane. That is so cute. I see Nancy saying that's great. I see, yeah, IMG posting a couple rabbits and bunny emojis. So, yeah, 4 to 6 weeks is where I was at. And as William's saying, I don't want to push myself, so I'm taking it slow. And what I've noticed over the last 2 weeks is on a very, very rare occasion, I would have a very, very faint flare-up. So for like 1 second, just a little bit. Oh, there's some geese flying over. You guys, there's so many animals. Oh, I zoomed in too much. Sorry. So many animals. Robin gonna dive bomb into my vehicle, and that's where I'm gonna draw the line. And where was I going with this? I'm sorry, guys. I am out and about enjoying nature again for the first time in a very long time, and I am just absolutely loving it. Hey, Amy, thank you. Look great. I feel great, Amy. Thank you for stopping in, and thank you for the compliment. So, yes, the last 2 weeks, taking it slow, that's where I was going with it. The last 2 weeks, I had very faint. It would last for like a second, stinging pain again, and then it would just go away. William, absolutely agree. Nature is healing. Absolutely healing. Oh, there's the buddy again. It's gonna run away. I'm not gonna flip the camera again. The live stream is never gonna get done if I keep flipping this camera trying to capture the bunnies. But my health, yes. Outside of the faint stuff, yesterday I spent the entire day doing some Walmart deliveries. It was not the first time I've done this. Over the last several weeks, I've been doing more and more Walmart deliveries. Outside of working extended hours at the college, I've been doing more of those now because I am saving up for Kenya. I also have a trip at the end of the year, Christmas to New Year's, going to Machu Picchu, that's in Peru, South America. I have to pay that trip off by beginning of September, so I'm trying to get that paid off. I have a small loan for my drone, which I actually took out with us today and got some amazing footage, you guys, and some amazing photos. Can't wait to share those. But yes, I have a small loan out on the drone. I want to pay that off so I don't have to worry about it anymore. And then I also want to get a camper by the end of this summer. So lots of big financial plays here, and that is why I worked all of those extended hours, even though I was exhausted, and why I'm doing so much Walmart deliveries. I see Diane saying Machu Picchu is amazing from everything I have seen. Good to know. Part of the reason I picked Machu Picchu, outside, so like, I just had this realization the other day, and I'm very, very grateful for it, and I really keep reminding myself and letting it soak in here. Most Americans visit 7 to 8 states within their lifetime. Meanwhile, by the end of 2024, I'll have been to 4 different continents. I'll have started the year off in Europe, then have went to North America, obviously, where I'm living back here. Then I'll have gone to Africa, and then I'll end the year in South America. 4 out of 7 continents. Absolutely mind-boggling. So I did pick Machu Picchu partially because it was on a different continent, something different. And then another reason I picked it is because all I know is that Machu Picchu is a really big deal. Like, literally, that's it. I don't know why it's a big deal. I don't know anything else. All I know is that Machu Picchu is a very big deal. I see William saying Peru is beautiful. I have heard that as well. So I figured, you know what, between that and the cheaper price, it comes out, you guys, I think with travel insurance, all these extra activities, it's like $3,000 for 12 days, and that's including flights. So that's where I'm going to end the year. William, are you going with a group? So yes and no again. I will be going by myself. Oh, you guys, you gotta die. Don't chase the rabbits. Oh, they're gone. There they are. There they are. They're so cute. Rocky, you can't eat the rabbits. No. No. Don't eat the rabbits. Just go lay down. Go lay down. Don't eat the rabbits. No. No. Thank you, William. That was awesome. Quack. Quack. You can't eat the rabbits. Stop it. Go lay down. I'm distracting you. See, guys, he is feeling perfect. Back to his old self. The occasional pain in my butt. But I love you. Poor Rocky got teased. He did get teased. He wants to play with those rabbits, but it will not end well for the rabbits. Actually, now that I think about it, rabbits would probably outrun him easily. I don't want to find out. But they would probably outrun you. You're old. And they're fast. I think they could outrun you. But yes, William. I'm going alone to Machu Picchu. But it is part of this group. Like, this tour group I'm using for Europe and Kenya. Same tour group. So there will be other people there. Thanks, Rocky. You're blocking the sun. And I am going to start sharing stuff here too. Links and different stuff like that. So then I can, oh, they're gone again. Rocky, stop. You gotta stop. It's so cute, you guys. Every time I put the camera on, they're behind that fireplace and they're like jumping up and down. There they are. Rocky, no. They're so cute. See, that's what I'm talking about. Tell me that's not adorable. That is so cute. Rocky, quit. Quit. Okay, Rocky, I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk to the live stream. Then get in the back of the vehicle. What do you think is going on here? Anyway, the tour group has a... Rocky! Guys, I think we're just gonna need to take a minute. I apologize. Is that necessary? No. Quit. Just lay down. Lay down. Yes, I'm gonna have to give him a stuffed rabbit. Rocky, get in the back seat. You cannot be up here on my lap. Anyway, geez, I apologize, you guys. The tour group, since I've been with them a couple times, gives me a link that I can share with people. Would you quit? That's enough now. Come on. Lay down. Lay down. That's enough. So, I'm going to share, as I've been trying to say, there's a discount code, and I'm going to share that. So if anyone who watches this channel also wants to go to Machu Picchu, then they can come on the trip with me and get a discount code. Or, which I wouldn't care. They can also use that discount code and take a trip somewhere else. The catch is that the tour group is only for people that are 18 to 35 years old, so that does limit it a little bit. But I will be sharing discount codes for that trip. So, yes, my health's doing better. The fact that I had a flare-up yesterday. Hey, Linda, thank you for stopping in. You missed it. We had a bunch of fun with some rabbits, some bunnies running around in front of me here. Rocky, for a good 5 minutes, was screeching and whining his lungs off right on camera. I'm sure it was probably horrible for the live stream. But it was absolutely gorgeous. I got some amazing shots of two bunnies having fun and playing right in front of my vehicle here. So, to catch you up to speed, Linda, my health is doing good, Rocky's health's doing good, and I have officially graduated and have a degree in computer programming now. So, that is where we are at in this live stream. So, what's next? We have my computer problems, my vehicle problems, and then the upcoming Kenya trip. So what would you guys like to hear next? Anything in particular? Yeah, you know what? You just go listen to that, or drink your water so I don't have to listen to you. Oh, Fooey, that would have been fun to see. It was interesting. But he's starting to drive me nuts a little bit with all the whining. Yeah, so what do you guys want to hear next? My vehicle problems, my computer problems, the vehicle problems. Okay. So, as I was traveling today, I ended up going to a campground about 60 miles an hour away from the college. And at the campground was my grandparents. And luckily, I made it to the campground because while I was there, I was just going to drive past and, I stopped to say hi, keep going. No, while I was there, the metal bar that holds up my gas tank, which is about 75% full right now, so, 21, 22 gallons of gas in there. The metal bar that holds the gas tank up snapped. It rusted right through. And he's eating his food, so I'm just going to kind of tilt. Oh, I'm trying to not get the sun right in my face here. There we go. Yeah, so the metal bar rusted right through and it snapped. So it was hanging off of the vehicle, and even though I drove like very, very slowly trying to get to a parking spot, all you heard was like, excuse me, allergies are horrible. It's literally, hold on, I'll show you guys why my allergies are so bad lately. Even though this is Michigan, that is not snow. That is not snow on the ground. That is pollen. It literally looks like it has been snowing here for the last couple days when you walk outside. So that is why my allergies have been so bad. Anyway, as I'm driving, even though I'm driving slow, I hear this grinding on the vehicle really, really bad. And I still don't understand necessarily what caused it, because the metal bar itself wasn't touching the ground, and that's what I originally thought. So maybe it was rubbing up against the gas tank, which could be bad for multiple reasons. But luckily, thanks to my grandpa, big shout out and thank you again, we grabbed some tie downs, some ratchet straps that were in the back of my vehicle, and we were able to get it ratchet strapped. So that is what's holding up the back of my gas tank right now. The metal bar up top is still like working, but I noticed that it's also very rusted by the bolt, and that's where the other one snapped. So I'm gonna have to get it into a shop. I looked online. It's only like $35 for 2 bars, and that's all I need. And it shouldn't take long. I mean, the rusted bolts are probably going to be the hardest part of the repair, but once you get those rusted bolts out, it should be pretty straightforward. You put the bar there, you hook it on one end, and the other end has a bolt, boom, done. So it shouldn't cost me too much. Just hopefully I can get that done in the next couple weeks before I go to Kenya. But for now, I'm about 30 miles away from the college at this point. We're not going to camp in the vehicle tonight. I'm not feeling it. It's been a long day with the vehicle problems, stuff like that. I can't believe I'm saying this. Wow. Mark it on the calendar. I cannot believe I'm about to say this. I just want to go back to the college and sleep in my bed. I don't want to sleep in the vehicle. I finally got a chance to sleep in the vehicle and I don't want to. I want to go back into my dorm and relax in bed and work on my book some more. Oh my God, somebody write that down. Am I feeling okay? Rocky, do I have a fever? Oh my God, I'm being corrupted. The nomad in me is going into shock right now. I never, I'm not even exaggerating. I never thought I would ever say that ever again. Once I tried the nomad life, geez, I picked the vehicle any day of the week. But yes, we're 30 miles away, so halfway there, it's holding up. The ratchet strap's doing a good job holding up. And yeah, that's my little vehicle problem for the day. Actually, I don't think I talked to you guys at this, I don't even remember. It's been so chaotic. The brakes went out on the vehicle too. I was literally driving and the brakes went out. This was weeks ago, not today, but I was driving and the brakes went out on me. So I also had to bring it into a shop because now it needed a new caliber. So the front brakes are brand new, they just got done. Back brakes, they're looking good, but I do have the parts for whenever they need to be replaced, and that's something I can do by myself, so not a problem there. Yeah, so that was my vehicle problems for the day, and that's where I'm at with the vehicle. So once I get it into the shop, like I said, should be a cheap fix, pretty straightforward, knock on wood, should be. I know vehicles can always tend to be difficult. Rocky, don't eat the hornet. That was close. There was a black and white wasp that just flew in here, and it was right next to his mouth. Oh God. I'll be driving him up to the vet again in a live stream now because he got stung on the inside of his mouth. Ay, ay, ay. Always something with us, isn't it, you guys? Yes. So, vehicle problems, that's where I'm at. Knock on wood, should be good. And then what were my last two things here? There's so much that I don't even know what to talk about. Oh, computer problems. Okay, so, as many of you already know, my PC crashed. I didn't know what files were saved, if anything, and I was working on a second book, so I didn't know if that got saved. So I ended up talking to the IT department at the college. One of them in particular had mentioned that he would look at my PC at one point, months ago, that if I ever wanted it, he would look at it and let me know if anything had to be upgraded, updated, stuff like that. And I reached out to him and said, hey, this is what happened and the PC just no longer works. Would you still be willing to take a look at it? And he said he would during the summer here while we have a moment. So I do have to follow up with him now that it's been 2 weeks or so. It's kind of died down. We're entering summer session, and hopefully, from the sounds of it, he said the PC is probably still salvageable. He thinks that the computer itself didn't break. He thinks that Windows crashed. So he said that, typically is an easy fix, and once he fixes it, all my files should be there, everything should work again, so fingers crossed on that. In the meantime, someone I know at the college actually just gave me a free laptop. So we were trying to log in, there was a password, and it took some time for us to figure it out. But this morning, before we left the college, we figured it out. I factory reset the computer. She literally only used this thing twice. It's a newer computer. She bought it from Best Buy a couple months ago. She only used it twice and no longer needs it, so she just gave it to me. So, big shout out and thank you to her for that. It just absolutely made my day. Kicked it off right today. I was so happy, so excited about that. And part of that was because once I got that up and running, I went to check my OneDrive and I checked my portable hard drive. Everything is saved. All my photos and videos from all my trips. The second copy of my book, or not the second copy, the second book I'm writing, that was saved, which right now, for those, we were talking about it on Captain Jack's live stream a little bit, my book is about 10,000 words right now, so it's like 17% done. So, once I hit 15,000 words, it'll be about a quarter of the way done. And that's just writing it. You have to do the editing, the formatting, all of that. But at this point, I think when I looked it up, I was at 17 hours is what I've spent on the book so far writing it. And keep in mind, this is the second version, too. I had like 6,000 words in the first version, but I wasn't feeling it, so I went, and I took it and I just threw it out and started from scratch. So I'm how many hours in altogether on this book? And it's coming together well now. I've really found the flow. I really found like the layout of the chapters. I got it all kind of planned out. So it's just a matter of sitting down and writing it. And part of the book, since it is like about the journey, enjoying the journey, part of it's going to be like about my Kenya trip. That hasn't happened yet, so I can't write that yet. So I'm kind of writing everything else, and then those sections will be put into the book, and that will end the book, and that will finish it up pretty much. So that's where I'm at with that. All my files are saved. I have a computer now. I even was looking into live streaming off the computer today, but since we were driving around, I figured I'd stick with the phone. I didn't want to screw things up by trying to set it up on the computer now. But yes, great news there as well. So all that leaves is the Kenya trip. We are, God, what is it? 27 days away from leaving for Kenya. So this Monday, I got my accommodation details and my flight details. And in the last live stream I did, towards the end of it, I mentioned Paris, and I went, I don't know why I'm thinking about Paris. Well, the cat's out of the bag. The secret is, no, I'm not going to Paris. I tried. So, the Kenya trip is taking me from Minneapolis to New York City to Kenya on the way there. So I was really excited for that because I thought it was going to be 3 flights one way. It's only 2. So then I was like, ooh, sweet. I don't have to buy 2 business class seats. I only have to buy 1 international business class seat. Saves me some money because they're like minimum $500 a piece. And again, that's why I'm working all of these extended hours, all these Walmart deliveries, all of this stuff was to save up for that. So then on the way back, they have me flying from Kenya to Paris, from Paris straight back to Minneapolis. Ooh. I didn't know that was a thing. So I looked into it. And the very next, they have me in Paris on Friday. The very next day, they have the same exact flight for the same exact price. So I was like, ooh, I'm going to try to bump the flight. I'll get 24 hours in Paris. And you guys, I had this planned out to a T. Okay, I'm going to land here, and I'll take the public transportation, which is going to cost $8, and I'm going to go to the Paris catacombs at 8 in the morning, and then I'm going to go to the Eiffel Tower, and I'm going to go to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and then I'm going to go to the Paris Opera House, because that's where Phantom of the Opera is based. So that's a bucket list item to me more than anything, because I've been a huge fan of Phantom of the Opera, saw it on Broadway, all of that fun stuff. And that was kind of like a secret bucket list item for me. I never thought it would be realistic. So now that I was in Paris, I was like, that has to be thrown into the mix. And then, to end the day and top it all off, I would go to the Louvre. And I mean, you could spend so much time at the Louvre. So I'm like, I'll go see, like, I'll make a must-see list, like the Mona Lisa. I have to go see that. And then anything that's not on my list, if I see everything, I'll just chill and relax and stay in the museum until they close. And then at that point, I'll go to my hotel, which was really nice. And then I'll fly back the next day to Minneapolis, and Rocky would still be boarded. It wouldn't have to cost me extra money. I already had the time off work, so it all looked good. I called a tour company. Sorry, we can't do it because it's on 2 different continents. And it's after the trip ends. So that would be something you would have to do, and you can call Delta to do that. Okay, so I'll call Delta. Call Delta. I'm on the phone for about an hour. Finally reach a point. Hey, because they're telling me, no, you got to talk to the tour group. I call the tour group, and I'm talking to both of them at the same time. No, you got to talk to the tour group. No, you got to talk to Delta. No, you got to talk to... Okay, so after an hour of being on the phone with Delta, they tell me, so you want to fly from Kenya to Paris on Friday, and then from Paris to Minneapolis on Saturday, correct? Correct. Okay, it's going to cost you no additional charge, but the exception is that once we lock this in, you will not be able to refund it, and you will not be able to edit the trip anymore, or this flight, after this is locked in. Are you okay with that? Would you like us to submit it? Yes, please. Thank you. 5 minutes later. Sorry, we can't do it because it looks like you're going through a tour group. So I got my hopes up a little bit. I called the tour group again. Long conversation with them. It ends basically with them saying I should accidentally miss the original flight and then just pay for a one-way ticket on the way back. Okay, how much is a one-way ticket? I asked Delta. Well, I don't advise you to accidentally miss your flight, but if you would like to cancel it and then pay for a one-way ticket, it would be $2,300. Nope, I'm good. I am not paying that so I could spend 24 hours in Paris. No, thank you. So unfortunately, Paris isn't happening. I mean, it would have been cool if it just worked out. I'm not too upset about it. I was a little bit mad that, 1 minute Delta's saying they can and 5 minutes later, no. But it's not part of the trip. It wasn't part of the plan. I just thought, hey, if the layover's there and they can, I'd have to take the opportunity, but that opportunity does not exist, not unless I spend $2,300, and that's not what I'm gonna do. So that's why I mentioned Paris, and that's why Paris was on my mind. So with that, I got the flight details. I entered my pre-check, so once I get to Minneapolis, I could skip security, kind of, to a degree. Not really skip. Some of you probably know what I mean. You don't have to take your belt off and shoes off and hoodie off. You could just walk right through. So it saves a little bit of time. But yeah. So that's taken care of. My flight on the way out of Kenya isn't until 11:50 at night. So I'm going to have a whole extra day, like a whole free day in Kenya to do whatever I want. So that's where ostrich riding might come in. We're not sure. It either will be at the beginning of the trip or the end of the trip if we can fit it in. It looks like they only offer that during lunch hours, so that's where it gets a little bit tricky. Oh my god, it looks like I have gray hair. The way the sun's shining on me. Oh, this is what happens when you work out of college. um, but yes, so I'll have an extra day in Kenya pretty much. Oh, and the best part too, not only am I not able to go to Paris, you guys know how I mentioned like 5, 10 times on this live stream alone that I worked all these extended hours and Walmart deliveries and all of this stuff, just absolutely exhausted, ran myself dry so I'd have all of this extra money for business class seats. You guys remember that? Well, guess what? There is not a single upgrade available on any of my flights. Not even an economy plus upgrade. So, I unfortunately, and I am trying not to think about this, but I unfortunately will be spending 21 hours sitting one way in economy seats. I just hope that because my health issue has been mostly resolved, that I'm not as uncomfortable or in as much pain as I was when I flew to Europe. Not very happy about it, but hey, you know what? In the long run, it saves me money that I could put towards Machu Picchu, a camper, paying off the drone. I mean, I'm sure Kenya, like Europe, will be one of the best experiences of my life. So, this is the price I have to pay. If I'm uncomfortable, if I'm in pain, it's the price I have to pay to enjoy the trip and make these memories. So, I'm not trying to be too mad about it. So that's where that's at. And yes, I don't know if I ever talked to you guys about what the itinerary is. So I see we have 7 more minutes here. I'll just kind of spitfire. The hotels, the first one is a Best Western. So not anything super fancy, but it's better than a hostel. Which, again, you guys know, well, maybe not because I haven't been posting. The hostels in Europe, I didn't mind them. But at one point, we were at a hostel and somebody found blood stains in their bedding. I found a giant frickin' pee stain in mine. So, not the greatest. Again, I didn't mind it. I mean, you get what you pay for. And it was a bit of a different, well, not a bit. It was a different experience from anything I've ever had or seen. So, like, trying something different, and that's what I'm all about. But yes, I'm excited this time. Best Western, nicer hotel, and then the 3 other places we are staying are actual like Africa themed like hotels. They're basically really fancy tents. So it's not like here where you set up a tent. Like it's these giant canopy tents, and it looks so cool and so beautiful, and I can't wait to check it out and see it all. Again, just something different. And the best part is, even though I loved my roommates in Europe, absolutely loved them, don't get me wrong, there were, I think, 4 or 5 of us in one room, Well, Kenya, this trip I will only be sharing a room with one other person. And me and my sister keep joking about that because when you look at the group chat of all the people that are going on this trip, I seem to be the only male. But there is someone named Colin that has joined the chat now. There is no profile picture. There's no links to their social media. They haven't talked in chat at all. So I'm sitting here going, is Colin a male or a female? And it's probably bad to assume. And me and my sister just keep joking about it because I'm like, oh my god, I want to be the only male on the trip. I want to have rooms to myself at no additional charge. But even if, I mean, I don't care. I just, it would have been cool. That's all. So, okay, yes, 4 minutes, Spitfire. Here's the itinerary. We will be going on several different game drives and safaris. Basically, Jeeps, stuff like that, where they're open up top. We each get a window seat. We're going to have multiple of those. And I bought a pair of binoculars that has a camera in it, so I can record and take pictures off the binoculars. I have 2 GoPros. I have my phone. I have a portable battery pack. So I am really, really prepared, and I am ready to get so much footage for you guys. Like, I am bringing my A game, not just for you guys, but I want to get some remarkable shots for my videos, for photos that I can look back on. Because I know, like, this is just, I mean, the rabbits and bunnies today, those are a perfect example. It is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be some remarkable experiences. I want to capture that on camera the best I possibly can. Outside of game drives and safaris, we do have one that is going to be a water-based, so we're going to be able to see a lot of hippos and stuff like that. And we're going to be going to a couple different, like, villages. So, well, villages, I say that. Really, the first stop is a place called, this is literally the first stop in the entire trip. We are going to a place called Kobe, Kobe, Leather and Beads, I think is the name. Tough beads. And they hand make all of these bead, like, clothing and just all these different objects. Merchandise, that's what I'm trying to think of. Merchandise that we can buy. So I'm really excited about that. And then towards the end of the trip, we do go to an actual village, not big city, a small village, and we get to see how their traditional life is there, and get to learn about their culture, and then get to learn about all this different stuff, which, speaking of their culture, I'm going to end up running a little over an hour, you guys, but some crazy stuff I have to share here. I realized not supposed to wear white because it will attract the wild animals as they are able to easier see the color white. You are not allowed to wear anything camouflage in Kenya because it is illegal. It is what their military wears, so it is against the law for you to wear camouflage in Kenya. Glad I found that out. You're only supposed to use bottled water for any and all circumstances. And you're only allowed to eat with your right hand. That's because in their culture, the left hand is used for sanitary things. So it is seen as unclean. And your right hand is your clean hand. So you're only allowed to eat with your right hand. And when you shake people's hands, you are supposed to use your right hand, but also use your left hand and hold your right hand up underneath your elbow. And then the last thing I learned recently is that you are not allowed to use any plastic bags of any type, including Ziploc bags even, because plastic bags of any and all kinds are also illegal in Kenya. So some stuff that kind of is a culture shock, I guess you can say. That is also very, very important, and I have to learn more about all of this and make sure there's nothing I'm missing before I do leave for Kenya. So that's exciting. And then, of course, the last piece of the itinerary before I wrap up the live stream here is on the very last day in Kenya. I will wake up early, like 4 a.m., and we're going to go out, and I will be going on my first ever hot air balloon ride. And I gotta say, guys, I am super excited, but also part of me is scared. My fear of heights, even though I've skydived, jumped off the stratosphere in Vegas. Oh, excuse me, the allergies again. My fear of heights is still existent, and this is my first hot air balloon, so I'm a bit nervous. But we're going up at sunrise, so we're going to see sunrise over the safari, and we're going to track some animals, so we're going to be seeing lions and zebras and all of these animals running across the safari during sunrise. And God, I just cannot wait for that. That sight. Like Europe, I got teary-eyed during New Year's when the fireworks were going off. For Kenya, if I get teary-eyed over a moment because it's so beautiful, I think a hot air balloon is the one. I really think that might get me. So that is all my updates, guys. Thank you for stopping in tonight. I know it's kind of random, a Thursday night. William was bowling, but he even stopped in and was listening. So I appreciate everyone sticking with me, being patient, being understanding, dealing with Rocky going crazy over the bunnies that were right in front of us. But yes, that is where I'm at, you guys. Some pretty great news, pretty much all around for the most part. And yeah, Kenya is in about 3 weeks. So between now and then, I'm going to try to post some more videos on Europe for you guys. I have been working on one in particular that I think is very, very important. But it also needs to be done right. So I need to take my time with it and not rush it. And yeah, so keep your guys' eyes peeled here. Another reason I'm going to start trying to post more here. If you guys remember last year during June, I posted 30 shorts over 30 days. And then in July, I did 60 videos over 30 days. What I called Project 60 over 30. 30 shorts and 30 videos. Live streams, videos on the UP. My watch time right now is at 1,700 hours. So a lot of it is probably going to disappear over the next couple months. So hopefully between Kenya and some Europe videos and more of these live streams, hopefully we can keep my watch time up and maybe, just maybe, even get monetized. If not, no biggie. I'm not chasing that anymore. If it happens, great. If not, I'm cool with it. But again, thank you all for stopping in. The puppy dog's ready for bed here, as you guys can tell. So I'm going to bring him back to the college, and I will see you all on the next adventure. Have a great night, everyone.